There's plenty of things to do in the city inside.
You know, and that does also include one of the newest additions to the growing number of big Apple museums that we have right here in the city. So, of course, we send good days Christal Young out there to be live, and she is in Bushwick, Brooklyn this morning, checking out the Bone Museum. And what makes this a must-see destination? When
I've
I saw
never heard
this,
of the Bone
I know.
Museum.
Christal, please explain.
Oh my gosh, you are so correct about have I ever heard of this? Wait a minute, that's exactly what I thought when I heard of it. But here's the deal, you can never say that there is nothing to do in New York City, not on my watch, because things like this exist. The Bone Museum, it cropped up in 2023, and I am telling you, it is visual and it's a wow. Okay, so I am going to step over to John Ferry. He's the managing director here. He said the first question everyone asks me is, where do you get the bones? Where do you get the bones?
Absolutely, that's a great question. Here at the Bone Museum, we have one of the largest collections of human osteology on display in the East Coast, and that is what people always ask is, how do you get them?
Yeah.
And it's a simple yet complicated answer, and it really starts with medical students. Back in the day, they had to buy them for their time in the medical field, and through there, 100 years later, a lot of these doctors are now passing away, and their next of kin are literally finding skeletons in the closet. So what do you do with them? They end up at the Bone Museum in Brooklyn, New York.
I love it. Okay, as soon as you walk in, your eye sort of goes to these spines. These are real spines. And my first question was, if the spine is darker, does that mean it's older? How old are those really dark ones?
You're exactly correct. The older one is not necessarily the biological age of the person, but more the historical age.
Okay.
So the older spines typically think dirt, grime. Over the years, you really get to see the patina that it gets affected by all these bones. A better visualization of this is this skeleton wall over here.
Okay.
The older bones all the way far to the left are the oldest ones, and then over here to the right are the more modern ones. And that's how you're really able to tell the age.
Wow. Now, when you have something laid out like this is a person. I mean, this is a whole skeleton.
Absolutely.
I mean, this, I don't know, it's not creepy, it's interesting. How old would something like this be?
This skeleton would be roughly 150 years old. Really having the conversation of what makes us us. We want everyone to be able to come in, learn about the skeleton, regardless of their educational background or history. We want to make it so everyone can see what makes them them.
Okay, wow, well, you definitely get to see it. Let's end on this area here, skull development. So this is a fetal skull, and then it just goes all the way through infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, geriatric. And let me just point out, look at this. As it gets into geriatric, see the loss of teeth and the change in the skull? I mean, it's just fascinating. Before I let you go, who do you see coming here to check all this out?
Oh, we get everyone from ballerinas to orthopedic surgeons.
Wow, wow. Okay, there is so much to see and do. I'm going to be here in the 8 o'clock hour, the Bone Museum in Bushwick, Brooklyn. You need to come check it out.
Hope to see you down.
Yes. All right, Tina and Kurt, back inside to both of you guys.
The only thing that would make that creepier is if this were Friday the 13th.
Oh,
that is the creepiest segment I've ever seen on Good Day.
Christal, good for you. I was getting nervous as you were like about to touch the bones of real humans. I don't know. It's wild. We have to go there in October. That would be a good spot to go in October.
I know. I feel the same.
I don't even know how to follow that up.
We're a little skeevy here.
All right, when we come back, we'll get
Science.
silliness, I think. We're going to talk about emergency contacts.